Hey guys! So this week on NFI we're talking about abstaining, and the take I'm going to do is on Ramadan because that's what I've done before.
Oh, the nerd fighters!
So obviously I think there's different ways that we all abstain from things, and I think the main way that we all do this is New Year's resolutions. I think just times where we try and give things up. So if you perhaps do a diet, or just generally try and cut out some sort of bad food, which I have been trying to do these past few months, but I feel like I fluctuate, definitely depending on stress levels and how on point I'm feeling with how much I want to try. But I think the cool thing with Ramadan is the fact that you have to cut out all food, and then on top of that, there's sort of recommended things you can do, more prayers you can do, which often happen in the evenings just before you break your fast. So it's really cool in the fact that you really get into a routine, and that makes it quite good because it makes it a lot easier to actually try and do new things on top of the things that you were already doing, because you're already changing stuff up. But I think that depends on the kind of person you are. Some people find that it's just too much change, but I think because of the fact you get into a different routine, which gives you sort of a different, timetable as such during your day, it does actually help you to, introduce more habits. And the cool thing is obviously because you aren't eating, you actually introduce a whole load of time where you wouldn't have had time before because you would have been eating. And I think one of the things I've definitely found when I was younger was if I went to go and visit family and I was fasting, it was quite cool because you can just continue playing the game. You don't get interrupted by having to go and eat, which is quite fun. But I think the main thing that I've struggled with doing Ramadan in the past is just the fact that, especially at the time of year it is now, because of the fact the Islamic calendar follows the moon, it basically moves about somewhere between around about 10 days every year, so it moves back 10 days. But I think when I started 9 years ago, it was in around about September, I think, October time, and it was awesome here, and the days weren't as it was a nice sort of medium day. It was probably around about 14 hours roughly, I'm guessing, because obviously it's not quite got to the shortest day, so it's sort of in the middle, which is quite nice. Where it is at the moment is literally smack bang at the longest day of the year. So here that's round about from for me at the least, because of the fact it doesn't start from it's when the sun starts to rise, so it's not actually from when the sun has fully risen. So it's from 2 in the morning to 9:30, so you get something like 5 hours in the middle, and it's really crazy. So I think the main thing I struggled with, especially last year, was simply sleep deprivation. Because you get to the point where by the time you've done all your prayers and you start eating, it's already 10 p.m. and then by the time you get to sleep, it's it's already 11, and then you have to be awake 3 hours later to have some sort of breakfast, so as you'll be able to survive the rest of the day, and then by the time you get to sleep again. And I think the thing I really struggled with last year was the fact that I was in school as well, so I had to be up by 7. I think it probably wasn't so much by 7, it was probably around about 8, because obviously taking away breakfast gives me more time. But I was really struggling adapting to having around about 5 hours sleep, especially seeing as I was interrupted as well, and that was really hard. But I think especially things you just get used to it, I don't think it was all that bad. I think most of the days are right, and then you get to the hour before and it just feels like time is slowing down. But I think generally stopping eating and drinking isn't actually that bad, but I guess you have to try it over a period of time to actually be able to understand how you can do it. Because for me, I think it just becomes a case of just remembering that you can't, and therefore you just stop thinking about it because there's no point. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. I really enjoy it. Especially, I feel like there's quite a community spirit as well, because obviously everyone's in the same boat, and that makes it really good. But I think there's also a theme of trying to give up other things as well. So if there's things that the same way, if you can add in habits, you can take away habits, and that's quite a cool thing. But yeah, I think something this year that I'll have to see about is how more regular exercise fits into it, because it might be a better idea to try and do it in the evening, just so then if I'm tired I can just sleep it off until I can eat again. So that'll be interesting. But also this year, Ramadan sort of is all the way through my exams, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see how I face exams. I think the good thing is though, if they're in the morning, I guess I can just get them over and done with. So hopefully the sleep deprivation won't really feel so bad right first thing in the morning. But I think the good thing is if they're in the afternoon, I can just sleep through the morning, which is quite good. So I guess it's not too bad, but hopefully it should be alright. So yeah, I realised that I don't actually know if you guys have any questions about Ramadan in general. If you didn't already know, I'm a Muslim. Ramadan is a month in the Islamic calendar where we fast for the 30 days, and then we have a celebration at the end, where we normally meet family and that kind of thing. So I don't know if you guys have any specific questions that I can answer, but you can definitely leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. And yeah. And the last thing I wanted to say is completely unrelated to all of this. Liz and I are starting a collab channel where we'll be writing each other letters every other week. And although we'll have our friends join in every now and then, it's mainly just going to be a conversation between a 30-something mum and her internet daughter discussing life and trying to find as many connections as we can to show that we're all, we're all from the same sort of root, we're all from the same sort of tree. And that's all in spite of all the differences that we have in our experiences. So the channel is actually called Letters from Our Tree. I'll leave a link in the description. We're actually starting off next week, so it'll be really, really cool to see you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry I forgot to check who is next. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.